What's up, everybody? Fame Rothstein here, Fame Rothstein Sports Investing Show. All right. Today is Sunday, February 23rd, 2020. It's about 12:45, 1 p.m. by the time this uploads, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here. I promise you, I wish this video was scratch and sniff, because you could smell. Boy, I put that brute on for y'all today, huh? Put that brute that brute on for you. As you can see it, it is. We only love family. It's a wolf. Shout out Head Ice, the battle rapper. But this ain't a battle rap thing. This is sports investing. All right. I've got 3 picks for you today. But before I start, I just want to remind you that if you feel you have a gambling problem, please do not listen to this show. Please contact your state or your local Gamblers Anonymous Association hotline, all right? Because on this show, we do discuss sports investing through sports wagering, and I don't want to be any triggers to any negative behaviors for you. So please contact your state or your local Gamblers help group, all right? Hopefully they can get you the services you feel you need, all right? Now, yesterday, we could have had a clean sweep. We were 2-0-1. We had a push. Virginia was favored by 3 against Pittsburgh. They were up double digits late with like 3 minutes to play and just didn't put them away. They won by exactly 3, didn't cover for us. We pushed, got our money back off of that one. Pardon me, guys. I'm sweating buckets. I don't know why. But we got our money back. We didn't lose it, okay? But we did win 2. We said that Atlanta, now remember when I issued the show, Atlanta was favored by 6. I'm sorry, Atlanta was a 6-point underdog, okay? And Atlanta, well, it was then about 2 p.m. Remember, I published the show about 8 a.m. Then about 2 p.m., it was discovered that the 2 Euros for Dallas, Doncic and Kristaps Porzingis, would not play. That moved the line tremendously, made Atlanta either +1, or on some books, they were even favored by like a half a point. But Atlanta won outright. So if you took the what I gave you, you won money. All right. And then also we said Houston +2.5 against Utah. Houston smoked them. I mean, it was close for a minute. Utah was even ahead at the half, if I'm not mistaken. But Utah won by like 10. They won pretty handily. They won outright. So 2-0-1 yesterday. All right. We got 3 for the day because, as you know, we don't dwell on wins. We don't dwell on losses. All right. We got 2 NBA, 1 college basketball. College basketball is a top 25, 2 top 25 teams. So let's get right into it, all right? You got the 7th-ranked Maryland Terrapins going just an hour and a half up the road from me. I'm here in the Republic of Cincinnati. This first game is going to be played up an hour and a half up I-71 in Columbus. The Ohio State Buckeyes hosting the Maryland Terrapins. Ohio State's 25th ranked, Maryland's 7th ranked. All right, Maryland's 22-4. Overall, 12-3 in the Big Ten. Okay, they shoot like 72% from the field, and they allow 62% from the field. They out-rebound their opponents by 5, all right, a game. Maryland's led by Anthony Cowan Jr. He averages 16.7, and Jalen Smith, who averages 15.4 a game. Now, conversely, Ohio State is 17-9, okay, 7-8 in the Big Ten. They're led by big man Caleb Wesson. He averages like 14-9, 14 points, 9 rebounds. And Dwayne Washington, he averages 10.8 points a game. And then they got the guard DJ Carlton. He averages 10.4 points and 3 assists a game. All right. I'm not even worried about the spread. Truth be told, I'm gonna go with the total, 132.5. Okay. This game's going to go over that, all right? Ohio State's kind of fighting for their tournament life. Maryland's just a good team anyway. Maryland was our darlings last year. We made so much money off Maryland last year. Haven't done much college basketball this year. Been kind of focused on the NBA because the NBA's been kind of a moneymaker for us up until recently. We've been kind of in a morass. But looks like we could be coming out of that here real soon. And we're going to take this game to go over 132.5, okay? Maryland at Ohio State over 132.5. Then we got the NBA, okay? Now that Maryland-Ohio State game starts at about 4 o'clock Eastern, all right? Then we got the NBA. Starting around the same time this first game, Toronto at Indiana. I'm sorry, Indiana at Toronto. All right. There's a couple different ways we could do this. You know, I like, got a couple all-stars going at each other. Domantas Sabonis of Indiana going against Pascal Siakam of Toronto. Domantas Sabonis is so good that his double-double isn't even worth wagering on, because I think it's like minus 500 or 600. It's not even worth it. Sometimes it ain't even on the board. It's so not worth it. But Pascal Siakam, his prop bet of getting over 22.5 points is a minus 112. It's only $2 more than the normal odds. So we're going to take that. Indiana at Toronto, Pascal Siakam to score over 22.5 points. He seems to be back from his injury and acquitted himself well. I mean, he just put up like 36, 37 the other night. I think he's back. You know, I look for him to get over 22.5 points today for us. Then the last game of the day is the San Antonio Spurs, who are in the thick of the bottom half of the Western Conference playoffs, to go against another team in the thick of the bottom half, the Oklahoma City Thunder. Okay? Now, it's no Tim Duncan at San Antonio. No more Kawhi Leonard either. You know, as you know, he was traded last year to Toronto for, what's the guy's name? DeMar DeRozan. Then, you know, Kawhi signed in the offseason, this past offseason, with the Clippers, the Los Angeles Clippers. Now, we're about to see how good of a coach Pop is, really is. You know, he was a mastermind when he had Tim Duncan all those years. First part of Tim Duncan's career, he had David Robinson with him, another top 50 player. And then, you know, he mixed, you know, they was able to get Tony Parker and Ginobili, you know, then Kyrie Leonard for those last couple years of Duncan's career. We're about to see what Pop's really made of, okay? And I think he's really is a good coach and going to bring his team back, get them back into the playoffs. You know, they might get eliminated first round, but, you know, right now, you know, they need to rally a little bit. And I think Pop's going to, you know, rally his troops. So we're going to take San Antonio. They're a 5-point underdog. We're going to eat those 5, okay? We're going to take San Antonio plus 5 at Oklahoma City, all right? So let's recap. College basketball, 7th ranked Maryland at 25th ranked Ohio State. That game, we're taking that game to go over 132.5, okay? NBA, Indiana Pacers at Toronto Raptors. We're taking Pascal Siakam of the Raptors to get over 22.5 points. Okay. Also in the NBA, we've got San Antonio at Oklahoma City. We're taking the Spurs, San Antonio plus 5. That means they can lose, just don't lose by more than 5 points. Really 4 so we can win, but, you know, 5, that means we won't lose any money, all right? So there you have it. You know, you got plenty of time to get online, get in line, and get to the bag, all right? And you know the show's motto, if there's games to be played, there's money to be made. We'll be back tomorrow, but that's only on the podcast, all right? The YouTube is Wednesday, where I give you one pick and a rant, and then Saturday and Sunday, okay? I didn't give you a rant last week, but I kind of gave it to you last night after the fight, Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury. Deontay Wilder got stopped in the 7th. I actually kind of called that on Twitter. I didn't put it on the show, but on Twitter, you can check my Twitter timeline. I said Fury would stop him inside of 6. Stopped him inside of 7. All right? And I knew he would because I kind of felt Deontay Wilder was scared of him. There's a video on my page on this YouTube channel. You can check that out. But I'll have another rant for you this week. Last week, just ran out of time. Didn't really get a chance to get to it, all right? But you can check the podcast on Anchor, Spotify, TuneIn, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Breaker. You know, pretty much anywhere you can find a free podcast. You can find my podcast, Fame Rothstein Sports Investing Show. All right? If we're not already hooked up on social media, let's do that. My Twitter is at Fame Rothstein, FameRothstein. Okay? My Instagram is at Fame_Rothstein, FAME_ROTHSTEIN. Okay? My email is famerothstein@yahoo.com. Same spelling, FAMEROTHSTEIN. All right, and before you go, I want you to like this video, subscribe to the channel. All right, I need some subs. Subscribe to the channel, okay? And hit that notification button so you can know when I drop a video. Wednesday, it could be any time. Saturday and Sunday is usually in the mornings before noon, depending on what time the games are. Because if I got an early game that I like, we're definitely dropping at 6 or 7 a.m. Eastern. All right? So there you have it. Let's go. We got plenty of time. Go get your action in. Let's be safe out there. Let's be courteous to each other. And let's send some positive energy to our troops. And we'll be back to talk about it on the podcast tomorrow and on YouTube Wednesday. But until then, peace.